Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this June 1st, 2026. Current time is 05:48 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, here on the Rumble. We are here and we have our morning coffee and we have a hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag positive PSTTD. Stu, it's a new month. I've changed my calendar already. I'm early. I'm ahead of the time. Is this a Monday? Oh, geez, don't say knock on wood. Something's going to happen. But we are starting a new month. But Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, welcome you here for the Fireman Rich or the Monday morning coffee with me, Fireman Rich. And we do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6 o'clock to 8. We started a tad early this morning, and I've been up for a little bit here. And we are starting a new month. And I'm looking, I already got stuff I got to do this week on the calendar and stuff. But good morning to our Jersey girl, Tina. Good morning. Glad to have you here. Hope you had a great weekend. My weekend was pretty decent. It was great. It was very good. Almost great, I guess you could say. It was a pretty good. Didn't do what did I do Saturday? I don't think I did anything Saturday. Did I do something Saturday? What was Saturday? Saturday was the 30th. I took the day off on the internet here, so I didn't do much on that. I think I watched a soccer game Saturday. It was a European. We'll get to that with the sports. Let me check my Twitter feed here. What did I do Saturday? I used my X feed as my. No, that was yesterday. What did we do Saturday? I know I had a good day on Saturday. Let's see. Let's see. We had that for Friday, and then Saturday, the 30th. Um, I think I'm not seeing anything. Oh, it was we had there was a soccer game. It was the European the UEFA Championship. We'll get to that during the sports. Okay, so that was what I did. I was watching that along with we watched our we watched a good movie Saturday too. God, I can't remember the name of it. And then we live streamed yesterday Lord of the Rings for 3 hours. We had a good time. You know what I've been doing offline as far as not streaming was is crafting on Lord of the Rings Online. Of course, Lord of the Rings Online. Um, I did mention during the broadcast at the beginning, and I put up a couple of shorts on Twitch and YouTube that they're increasing. They want to say that it's an adjustment of their subscription. I'm a VIP. I've been a VIP Lotro player since day one, and I played Lotro prior to that on the beta. I'm always saying that because but it dropped April 2007, and I've been paying $10 for every 3 months. 9.99, so you might as well say $10. But they come out last Thursday, and I came across it when I was rewatching Quest ads broadcast. I think it was Saturday morning or something like that, um, and it mentioned, and so I went to the Lotro.com news, and that's their latest news item that they're adjusting. No, it's not an adjustment. If you increase the price of something, that's an increase. But the thing of it is, it's not that bad because they haven't increased their prices in 19 years, for God's sake. So I'm not going to fret over it. I talked it over with the missus, because I'm retired now, officially retired. So we have a budget, and you get when you're retired, you got certain things you can do, there's certain things you can't. And I said, can we, can we, can we handle the extra $3 a month, $4 a month? Or the extra, well, for every 3 months it's an extra $12, so it's $4 a month that averages out. And the missus says, well, as much as you play it, I guess yeah, because she reads a lot of books, and I play a lot of Lotro and stuff like that. So they're going to grandfather the current. If you're on a subscription now and you keep going it till the end of the year, it's going to stay at the same price. But starting January or January 1, 2027, the prices are going to go up $3-4 across each tier of the subscription. I'm a 3 month. I've been a 3 month, like I said, for 19 years. So you can do the math, and I've invested a couple grand into this game as far as subscriptions, and I say that very positively because of the fact that I want to support Lotro. So I wasn't complaining about it. I got my money's worth out of it. Now, what's going to probably happen, what I might do is next April, when it's the 20th anniversary, I might just drop it to see what the free play is and stuff like that. You get certain benefit. I notice them, but I don't notice them and stuff like that. But I like being a VIP. You know, it's like I'm a VIP. No, but my primary thing is to I look at it as that I am supporting the Lotro platform, and that's how much investment I don't have any real investment, but I want this game to progress and keep going and stuff like that. So I'm invested in as a player to do that. So thank you for not raising the rate or adjusting the rates over the last adjusting. I had to laugh at that, adjusting the rates. um, it's like when they switched over. I told the story back when I was working at Endicott at IBM. IBM was moving out of the area and stuff totally. So they turned the company. They sold the company to this conglomerate, and they formed a group called EIT, Endicott Interconnects, and EIT, and they had some layoffs. They had some the very first major layoff laid off like close to 900 people, and I thought I was going to go, but I didn't. But anyway, that when it was all said and done, and every sequential layoff, they always said, "Well, we're all done with the resource reduction." So I had to laugh when Lotro said they're doing a price adjustment. No, it's an increase. Don't give me that crap. So, it's all good. But I had a good 3 hours of Lotro play yesterday, and it's going really well as far as that game. I did 3 hours. And Sunday's a nice Sunday morning, right at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I think that's going to be my regular time of doing that. And Saturday, I enjoy taking Saturday off, just kicking back, maybe look and see what's going on the internet and stuff like that. But I had a good weekend there. We're starting a new week, starting a new month. Like I said, I got the calendar. We already got some stuff. I got to do something today, and then there's what do we got to do tomorrow? We got to take care of the missus's car is going into to see our mechanic, and then we have some. Hopefully, we get a call from our lawnmower guy to give me the overall assessment and stuff like that. I know it's going to cost a few bills. I'll say a few bills, if not three or four, to get that fixed. And so it's when I got things written on my calendar, it just looks like, wow, I got things to do this week. Usually it's blank. Sometimes the whole month is blank. I don't, but there are important things that I got to remember. I'm liking this calendar because it's a good format as far as the way it's set up. As far as it's good morning. How we doing? Good, good. Should I say good morning to you, everyone, for you? Good morning, everyone. There you go. The missus is up getting her coffee, getting her day started and stuff. And you didn't move your desk, though, did you? When you rearranged things out there, you put it back where it was. Yeah, the missus was. Well, we got a rocking chair. I guess she put it over next to the exercise bike. I think it looks good there, but she was repositioned. She has her desk out there, her little corner, your little corner, and so what do we? What else? What was the name of that movie we watched Saturday? Sally Fields was in it. So let me see. Sally Fields. Let me see. Movie on Netflix. We watched Netflix, and it was just by chance we came across this movie and stuff like that. So it's just
oh, beautiful, wonderful, beautiful. Something, beautiful creatures or something.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Let's see, Sally Field's Netflix movie. I think you're onto Netflix movie. It was a great movie. I'll give it 5 stars. Oh, Remarkable Bright Creatures. If you want to see a good movie, Sally Field stars in the Netflix film Remarkable Bright Creatures, an adaptation of Shelby Van Pelt's best-selling novel. Directed by Olivia Newman, the drama follows the grief widow who works nights at an aquarium and forms an unlikely bond with the giant Pacific octopus. And what was the octopus name? Oh, I can't remember.
All these questions.
Never mind. You see, you're waking up.
Um, but
Marcellus. Okay.
yeah,
For a look at a heartwarming dynamic between Sally Fields and Marcellus the octopus, and he's smart. He narrates in it, and it is fantastic. And Tina says, "Good morning, good morning," from the missus here. Marcellus is the name of the octopus, and it is a very heartwarming a drama in a sense. Um, Reacquaintance with family. I'll say that much. I give it 5 stars. I give it double thumbs up, and it's a great movie. Sally Fields, she's outstanding, outstanding movie and stuff like that. And it's very, very, very well put together. So we saw it. It's like, oh, okay, let's see. Oh, it has Sally Fields. I think anything Sally Fields is in is good. Okay, it's very watchable. I'll say that much with Sally Fields. I liked her. I remember her watching as a kid, watching her in the what is it? What was that nun movie or story she was in? The um, nun TV show. Nun TV show. What was that? That show, The Flying Nun. Yeah, Sally Fields in the Flying Nun. Yeah, I remember watching that as a kid. I'm age dating myself on that right there, folks. Yeah, exactly, Tina. Thank you. The Flying Nun. But she played. She was great in Forrest Gump as Forrest Gump's mother. I loved her in that movie too. Her character. But this movie, it's just outstanding. So I would recommend if you have Netflix and you want to see a good heartwarming movie, watch Remarkable Bright Creatures. And towards the end, you are like, what just happened? On what unfolds. It is remarkable. This is I don't usually say that about something I've watched on Netflix. I mean, this is one of the best movies I have seen in quite a while and stuff. Let's just say I would pay to see this movie after watching it. That's how good this is. I would pay to watch this in the theater. It's a very good movie, and so that was my Saturday night and stuff like that. And so it was a decent weekend, a very decent weekend as far as that goes, and such. The coffee's tasting good too. The good way to start a new month. Start early. Get the calendars already set, ready to go. We're already and I get up early to boot to, like I say, start early and stuff. I was sitting there for 5 minutes, like, geez, I don't want to start too early. So, so, but it was a very good weekend. Yesterday, weather-wise, it was pretty decent. I got to get myself in a frame of mind because I know tomorrow we'll be mowing the lawn, and that means a lot of walking again tomorrow. And the lawn's looking really nice. It's that push mowing. The grass doesn't grow as quickly, and but it does need mowing. The neighbors they start mowing on Sunday and stuff. I'll be doing my mowing starting tomorrow morning. I think the weather's going to be nice tomorrow. As far as that goes, what happened here? What happened here? Oh, and let's see. Yesterday was a happy 96th birthday to Clint Eastwood. That's what happened over the weekend. Clint Eastwood's birthday. a good happy birthday to him. You know, he's one of my favorite actors. Um, and so he celebrated 96 years on his birthday there, as far as that goes. I gotta plug this back in. What's going on here? This dumped out of the queue. Let's see. Let me reestablish this. Um, okay, we got that back up. Okay, we got that back up. And hey, double J's. Grass needs watering and sunshine to grow. Take anyone and they die. Yeah, we've been having some rain, so everything's green. How you do, Double J's, coming in from an undisclosed location? Good to have you here, my friend, over there on the Twitch, and hope all is well with you and you and your family. And glad to have you here. Double J's is a good guy there, and how come that's not showing up? Oh, it is showing up. It's just smaller. Okay, but glad to have you. And Tina says, "Wow, I've seen Clint Eastwood. Yeah, I love Clint Eastwood. He's a great actor." And Double J's been watching you in the background. No problem. That's fine. No problem, my friend. You're at an undisclosed location. You pop in the chat. I really appreciate that. You know, just like I know. Let's say I've done my bit of watching in the background myself, as far as that goes. So no problem. And glad to have you here, as far as and such. And good to Double J's, for the folks that are watching. He pops in here and stuff. I've known him for quite a while. His home country is India, but he is at an undisclosed location in the southern hemisphere. I like saying that. And Tina says, "Hey, hey, Double J's from Twitch to Twitch," and you're right, Double J's. Clint Eastwood, a legend, goes about his business quietly. Yes. Oh, I got. Oh, what the hell? I got. Oh, I got the. Oh, I don't want that up. I don't. I just noticed I have the. Is that up on here? No, that's not up on that screen, but it's up on this screen. Oh, we got to get rid of that. I don't want that. I don't like the live chat. I'm still playing around with that. This is the live chat. I like posting it. I like to post it because it gives you an idea where it's coming from and stuff like that. I wonder. Oh, we'll check that later. Okay, so yeah, but Clint Eastwood, he is a legend. He is a legend as far as that goes. And Double J's going to saying hello to Tina. Hello, madam. Hope you are good. And so we got some people over there on the Twitch side. We got a total of 8 people. We got 3 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 3 on Twitch. Thank you very much, and 1 over on YouTube. So. And the Rumble has been working pretty good here since we've, knock on wood, since we've gone to the 2.0. And I've actually seen an increase on my Rumble. So thank you very much, Rumble rocks. Rumble is a good platform. YouTube's good, Twitch is good, and you guys come into the count on those platforms and stuff like that. I'm getting some good counts, and my viewership has increased, especially on those replays. The replays are phenomenal. I think I'm getting I'm let's just say on the Rumble side, the numbers are. I'm not about numbers, but it's a clear indication that people are sort of tuning in, which I do appreciate that. And the same thing on the YouTube side. The YouTube numbers are a little bit smaller than the Twitch and Rumble, but they are significant and stuff like that. You know, I look at even 5 to 10 is very significant for me as far as viewership, and I do appreciate that. Just to get that out here in the beginning, as far as that goes. And but we're doing good on that front, and the Rumble Studios is working pretty good now. The live streaming on the gaming, I use the RTMP, the Rumble RTMP connection, as far as that goes. And Double J says, of all the platforms, what's your favorite for broadcasting? Oh, definitely Rumble. I use Rumble. I don't think I've expressed that enough to Double J's essay. No, that's a good question, Double J's. I am a I Rumble. I'm just surprised I think other broadcasters are not using it, Double J, because number one, they're stubborn. They want to stick on what they know and what they, as far as that goes. the last time I did any type of multicasting was on Haps. That went away, and that sort of imploded the community we had, and because everybody Haps, I think that's where I met you, was on Haps, and Tina maybe, and you were able to multicast, and I got into it a little bit, but even more so when Rumble came around, I embraced it fully. I mean, even with this transition, as far as going into from the regular Rumble up to the Rumble 2.0, there was glitches and stuff. I wanted it to work so bad, and it has. Rumble has come through. Rumble is phenomenal, in my opinion. Other people won't use it, one, because they think it's quirky and they don't want to learn something new. I'm always one that I want to learn something new. If I can learn something new every day, I'm a better person. If you're just doing the same old stick, which in some cases, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's the same old stick on what I'm doing as far as format, but it's my show, my broadcast, but I'm using a platform that is solid as far as I'm concerned. People don't want to do it because they don't want to learn something new. It's just like over the years, remember OBS? OBS is very ingrained in what I do on live streaming. Like this picture right now, I'm using OBS virtual cam, and people don't want to use OBS as good as it is. And um, let's see, good to know. Thanks for yeah. Well, it's my opinion on broadcasters could do whatever the f they want. I could care less. And there's some broadcasters, wink wink, I could care less about either, because over the years I've held people up in high esteem, but then when their true colors come out, I just like, I'm doing my own thing. And when you do that, you become your own person and stuff like that. Have I had help across the way? Yeah, a little bit of help, but I think everything I've done myself as far as doing that with the help of the viewership. I put emphasis on the viewership. There's other broadcasters I've seen. I think the only ones that really I've seen, the only ones that really are consistent that I see up here from the Haps days is Tony D and Michael Bathurst. I've collaborated with them on the football thing. I don't think I'm going to be doing the football thing with them though next year. it's I'm sort of getting disgusted with basketball and I mean sports in general, I guess. But though I did, oh, that's the other thing. I did watch the European Championship, and that was a good match. I wanted Arsenal to win. I wanted a Premier League team to win. I know there's some Manchester City fans that are happy that Arsenal probably lost, but I figured they came from the league. So was it Paris? Who won that? Was it Paris? Paris Saint Germain. I guess they're return champion, stuff like that. Um, but as far as broadcasting, I do enjoy Rumble. It'd be great. I mean, people don't, they want to say, "Oh, I multicast," but they don't want to use a platform that totally encompasses the multi-broadcasting format. Okay, people use Restream and they use StreamYard and stuff like that. It's like um, the one thing those two platforms don't do is I'm of lately, because I've been using Rumble 2.0. I've been doing I did a couple read ad campaigns, so there's a little bit more revenue coming into the stream that I can use as far as to repurpose it into the stream, and that's what I do as far as that goes. It's not a lot of money. It's chump change when you look at it. And there's other broadcasters that look down on that, and they criticize. Granted, Twitch has its problems, but when you start criticizing the platform that you're on, I say, you know what? That's disingenuous, because if you're like Rumble does this, they're letting me do this for free. I mean, with what I'm doing, I'm broadcasting to 4 platforms. You try and do that over on Restream. You try and do that on StreamYards. You can't, because those people, they use that platform. It's easy peasy to get up there. But I want to multi-stream to 4 platforms like I'm doing now. I can do up to 7 if I want for free. Where else can you do that? No place else. Plus the read ad campaigns. No other. The Rumble is saying, "Hey, we can throw a little money. It's not a lot, but it's something." Okay, and they've always been great. They've been fantastic as far as that goes. Let's see. Double J says, "Yep. Be true to yourself. With this age of social media, hard to know who is real and not. You can fool everyone sometimes, but you can't fool everyone all the time." No, after a while, my saying on that, that's a good statement there, Double J. So my state, I would add on to that. Eventually, people's true colors come through. Okay, wink, wink. And I wish them the best. I wish them the best. I don't wish anybody any harm or whatever. But I just put them aside. They're not, they're not a concern, and you have to be aware of that as far as live streaming because I have experienced over the years. And this isn't my first rodeo. I've been doing this live streaming, and I think I'm a lot better now because of what the mistakes I've done in the past when I've been on UStream. I've been on. I was on Blab. There was some Blab was the best of all the Blab was just the funnest. It was just like I couldn't wait to get home from work. Instead of playing a game, I was getting on Blab and chatting with a whole bunch of people because that was a whole different thing. Of course, there was Skype back then. With Skype was pretty decent as far as that goes, but then you had to pay for Skype and all that and stuff. And Skype, they finally cashed it in last year. I think it was last May. Yeah, it was last May. They went down as far as that. Now you got Microsoft Teams. I've tried that. It's okay. You can do that. For, the era of COVID forced everyone to go and and then what we had Periscope and all those other ones, then Haps, um, and now we have various platforms, and I just happen to gravitate to Rumble, and it has kept me like your last statement there. It's kept me true to who I am as far as coming up with this production as far as and I have fun and it's more for me. You guys don't realize how much this is for more for me to get up here because I love to talk, and that's one of the things I miss about not. I can honestly say one of the things I miss having been retired for 3 years is I don't get a chance to talk and have conversations and stuff like that. So in that essence, this has been a platform where I'm able to do that and present myself, and I love public speaking too. I do love public speaking. And let's see, COVID is old story. Oh yeah, that's yeah. I've been keeping tabs on that. I think they've got it pretty much because Ebola, especially, it seems like it always starts over in Africa, and they're well equipped, I guess, of what they had in the past. I haven't really heard. There might be one or two cases that people that have come back from over there because people are world travelers. So I mean and COVID, I think we let our guard down on COVID. Ebola, that's real nasty stuff. We know that. COVID has been real nasty, but we're able to contain it. And as far as that goes, yeah, that's been in the news. Um, and we need to be aware of that because I remember during COVID, it's just like when all that crap was going down in China, where supposedly there's some truth to it that's where it started from because they were the ones where you saw in the news they had the beds and every quarantine and all that, but people left there, and because you look at, I think it was in Italy, the majority of the COVID cases over in Italy was Milan, in the Milan, northern Italy area, and the reason for that was the Chinese they would fly into Milan because that's for the fashion and stuff. That was an economic hub and stuff like that, and as far as that goes. And Double J says yes, but a new strain is worrisome. Let's see how how it is contained. Only time will tell. Yeah, time tells. Yeah, and from what I've been seeing, um, there hasn't been any. I don't want to say. I don't know what determines an epidemic. I think it would be for the folks over in Africa that are dealing with this. I guess it's an epidemic level and stuff like that. We have to be very cautious, especially after COVID and stuff like that. And I think everybody is on board with that and stuff like that. And plus, I know there's people here in America that are helping over in Africa and stuff like that, because a lot of help does come from the United States over to Africa as far as that goes. A lot of people, you'd be surprised how much assistance and aid that is given to Africa. I mean, not the crap you hear. And, oh, look what they're giving to. No, there's a lot of good people working to help Africa, because it still bewilders me why Africa, as large a continent as it is not as productive as it should be and stuff. There's a lot, I think it's just the regional conflicts that they have and stuff like that. And along with that, you know, we can go. You could have a show just on that, I guess. As far as that goes. Um, and yes, you are definitely right. Viruses, they don't recognize any borders. No, they don't recognize anything. No, they don't care. They don't care borders. They don't care what country you're from or something like that. If they wiggle in and Double J says, yep, that's it. Okay, let's see our weather here. Let's get to a weather. We've been talking here and stuff. Good conversation there, Double J's. Thank you. Let's see. Our current temperature here in the southern tier of upstate New York is 49 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a great temperature. It's nice and cozy. Blue skies. I'm seeing some blue skies out here. So we got some good weather going there. And let's see. Yep, it was. I had it in the news for a while now. That's still around, Double J's. There's still some news floating around here concerning that. So as far as, but I think it was just because it was on the ship. New kid on the block is Bull. Yeah, Bull Eye. I don't consider, no. Bull Eye has been with us for quite a while. It pops up, and this time it popped us like, okay, let's see, are they taking care of things, and they're taking action and stuff right away. And I think a lot of the newer actions they are taking is because of COVID. We can't, when you get these things that pop up, you got to be very proactive with it and stuff like that. Let's see, our current temperature 49 degrees Fahrenheit, 9.4 degrees Celsius here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And we've been having some decent weather. It's a little breezy. We haven't really had too much rain, but we've had a little shower here and there. But today we're going to have sunny to partly cloudy, high 71 degrees Fahrenheit, winds out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's pretty mild. Sun rose this morning at 5:33 a.m., which is, let's see, 10 or 12. That's, let's see, 40, 30. How many minutes ago was that? That's, what did I say? It's 5:33. So that's 27, 21. So about 46 minutes ago, 46 minutes ago, I have to do the math. 46 minutes ago, the sun rose here in the southern tier of upstate New York at 5:33 a.m. And the sun will be setting at 8:35 p.m. later tonight. And that's a nice. I like the evening sets because there's a lot more daylight on and stuff like that. And let's see. Yep, not good for soccer World Cup to be held. The U.S. hope they do what they. It's just not the U.S. The World Cup's going to be taking place in Mexico and South America too. So those countries, or those country areas, and Canada. Canada is going to be hosted. It's Canada, United States. It's our whole side of the world here, the northern hemisphere for North America and South America and stuff, Central America. So it's not just the United States. Everybody says United States because everything's comes here, but there's other countries that those other countries or other areas that are taking part in the World Cup. They have to be on their toes as well, as far as that goes, and they also need to do what needs to be done, which I'm sure they will be for that. It looks like we got sun across the board until noontime, and then we got some clouds coming in as far as that goes. So that's going to be good. And let's see, what's tomorrow going to be like? I'm not sure. Let's see for tomorrow, because tomorrow I mow the lawn. let's see. Let me look at the 10-day here real quick. The 10-day. Oh yeah, it's going to be a good day. 75 degrees Fahrenheit, pleasant day, mostly sunny. So I should have a good morning mowing the lawn there as far as that goes, and such. Our world times and temperatures as I speak, starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:23 a.m. Cloudy skies in Honolulu, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 3:23 a.m. in their earlier morning, clear skies, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In the windy city of um, Chicago, Illinois at 5:24 a.m. Cloudy skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. In the windy or in the concrete jungle, would the concrete jungle of New York City, at 6:24 a.m. 6:24 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, but it's sunny and clear in New York, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Down, oh, I didn't want that. I wanted the other one here. Okay. Down in central New Jersey, where Tina's at, she's letting us know that it's going to be 49 for the high, 70 or 49 for the low. Let me get that corrected. 49 for the low and 70 for the high. Sunny in New Jersey. Isn't that the name of a TV program? Sunny in, no, that was Sunny in Philadelphia, I guess. Sunny in New Jersey today. Thank you, Tina, for that weather update for your area. Greatly appreciate. Going across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, to London, UK. The Atlantic Ocean, otherwise known as the pond. In London, UK at 11:25 a.m., cloudy skies, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And the beautiful city of Milan, Italia, mangia. It's still lunchtime in Milan at 12:25 p.m. Sunny with some clouds, mixture of sun and clouds in Milan, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And seeing that we have double J's here, his home country of India. In New Delhi at 3:55 p.m. Mixture of sun and some clouds there. 93 degrees Fahrenheit in New Delhi. That's a hot one in New Delhi. And down on the coast in Mumbai, India at 3:55 p.m. Sunny, a little sun with some storm clouds there in Mumbai, but they're at 91 degrees Fahrenheit. In Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 6:26 p.m. Sunny and clear in Kuala Lumpur. It's 90 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's warm in that area of the world. Over the skies of Tokyo, Japan at 7:26 p.m. in their evening. Cloudy skies in Tokyo, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And on the continent, the great continent, the great country, and friends and allies to the United States, Australia is in Melbourne at 8:26 p.m. in their evening. Cloudy skies, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, we have a little bit of the moon peeking out, clear skies, and cloudiness in Sydney at 8:26 p.m., 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are the world times and temperatures as I speak. Our thought for today comes from the third United States president, and I visited his statue back in the day in the early 80s when I went to Washington. Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson was one of the founding fathers of the United States, third president of the United States from 1801 to 1809. He was the second vice president under John Adams. Jefferson was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence and a leading prominent of democracy, republicanism, and natural rights. He was a great founding father as far as that goes. His quote and our thought for today goes as follows. But friendship is precious, not only in the shade, but in the sunshine of life. And thanks to the benevolent arrangement, the great part of life is sunshine. Let me read that again. But friendship is precious, not only in shade, but in the sunshine of life. And thanks to the benevolent arrangement, the greater part of life is sunshine. So what did Thomas Jefferson mean by that? Well, the shade, um, but they are also essential for full enjoyment, enjoying the good, happy times. Or no, what true friends are a comfort during difficult times. That's the shade. When you have shade in your life, your friends, your true friends, are a comfort. They help you get through your problems. Okay, that's the shade. The sunshine is, but they also are also essential for full enjoyment for good, happy times. So it's talking about your friends and family. He suggests that most life is natural, positive, and friends make that joy even better. So it's more pointed towards your acquaintance and stuff like that. If you're having troubles, your true friends are going to come to your assistance. When you're having happy times, it's good to have some good friends around to share that with. So that's what it comes down to. So a great quote from a great president, the third president of the United States of America, and as far as that goes, and going back to the weather, Double J says hot, hotter and hottest. No concern changes. India is pretty much predictable. You said that before. Ain't that the truth, Double J's? Yeah. And Tina says on a quote from Thomas Jefferson, a good quote, and I would say also too, yes. Thank you, President Thomas Jefferson. God bless and Godspeed, sir. That was a good one. Let's see, our National Day today. Now, this is Tina, just to remind you, today is June 1st. I know we had a little problem with that Friday as far as we didn't know what day it was. We figured it out. And let's see. And I'm probably going to repeat these because I didn't realize it's. Let's see. For today, the slate is. Laughing. Yeah, I remember that. I'm like, wait a minute. What day is it? You got me confused. But I hit the wrong button on the national calendar here. But the ones that are on the slate today, and Double J says, true friends are hard to come by these days. It's every man for himself. But you try not to. You try and associate with people that are truly good people. I try and do that with myself and stuff. The other people, like we were talking about before, Double J's, when somebody's true colors come out that they don't align, because I have and I know you do too. Everybody does. If they don't realize they have you have core values. Core values you don't compromise on. It's good to have fun and stuff like that, but when it's evident, some people that you associate with are not of that. They're not in line with you. It's better just to, okay, you guys, you can go over here. I don't really. I wish you the best and see you later, ciao, and all that. And then I'm moving forward. I'm not going to have people that they give the impression that you're their friend, and then they drag you back and stuff like that. No, I'm not going to do that. Everybody should be wise to that, and I have over the years. So I'm very blessed and thankful for the people that I do have surrounding me. And like today, tonight I would be playing chess with a very good gentleman that I knew him over the course of he's lived here in the village for a number of years and worked here, and I knew who he was and stuff. I got to know him a lot better over the last 2-3 years since we played chess. He's a great person. We do things. We're over. Was it last Monday playing chess, and then after the chess game we had a beer. The missus came, talked to his wife, his missus, and stuff like that. We had a nice little talk, a conversation, and stuff like that. And nothing, earth shattering talk, but a good conversation, enjoying each other's company and stuff like that. So I do cherish that as far as that goes. And let's see. Tina says, I'm choosy. My friends are good. Yeah, you want it. That's just human nature. You try to, but sometimes you get sucked into some other people's perspectives and stuff like that. And it's just like, no, I'm a little leery of that. Um, and let's see, Double J says, yeah, these days, those kinds of people are few and far between. Needle in a haystack would be, yeah, I would say they're really not in a sense. I think there's more good people out there than the bad people, the people that I don't want to associate with. Those are they're the loud people. Those are the people they say, oh, I'm going to get in your head and you're going to be, no, you're not. I'm on to you. I'm on to you. And you just, you're a joke. That's why I put that category in. Except I got more important things to worry about. And, and I keep them for you. Yeah, the good people you want to keep for years and stuff. Like Jefferson was saying, the good friend, that's the sunshine. You want to keep that sunshine in you. And Double J says to Tina, "You are lucky. Keep those kinds of people close. They don't come by all." Yeah, and it's sad to when we lose those type of people too. Through natural life and stuff and all that. So let's see. Our national day. We have National Nail Polish Day. Nah, not a fan of that. What do we got up here? National Say Something Nice. Yeah, let's say something nice, even to some of those people that are crap people. You got to say something nice and bug the hell out of them. That's the fun part. We have National Game Show Day. I don't watch game shows. Then National Olive Day. I like olives. Olives are okay. National Bare Feet Day. I very rarely go outside with bare feet now. I'm very cautious of my feet and stuff like that. Knock on wood. You have National Heimlich Maneuver. I've seen that done once. That's a very that's good to know that. I've seen somebody saved somebody else's life because of that. The time I spent, the 20 years I was in the Air Force, I saw it done once, and I'm glad it was done because the person would have not been here if it wasn't for that. We have National Pen Pal Day. Do people still have pen pals? But this is the one, Tina. I think I mentioned it. I was going to go to and that's when I realized it was the wrong day. Um, and Tina says to Double J's, "You're a true gentleman." Something nice to Double J's. Yeah, Double J's a good guy. He's one of the good guys and stuff like that. And he's always been very respectful and very good, always active in the conversation too. And I do appreciate that, Double J's. I do appreciate that. Very um, and such that and that's all a broadcaster wants. They want good people and stuff. I'm not trying to push some agenda. I'm just up here doing my stick and and Tina agrees with me. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's one of the good guys. Take that for what it's worth, Double J's. You're one of the good guys. And I do appreciate your presence here and stuff like that. You're not. Um, there may be a few things that we disagree on, and you're always going to disagree this and that stuff like that. But yeah, I've known you since the Haps days and stuff like that, and I do appreciate your commentary. Let's see. Today we're going to have hashtag National Hazelnut Cake Day. I don't think I've ever had hazelnut cakes. I've had some hazelnuts. They're pretty decent. June 1st means it's National Hazelnut Cake Day on the National Day calendar. We encourage you to spend some time in the kitchen baking. Well, some of us, we can't bake worth squat. Baking up delicious hazel cake and take a trip to your local bakery to pick one up. I think I'll go to the bakery. Have it done. If you want something done right, well, I don't know if to miss it. Could you make a hazel?
Put it in salt.
What's that? No, I was just going to say you could probably make a good hazelnut cake.
Probably.
Okay, yeah, she made some great cupcakes. With they had what was the secret? Oh, the secret. She said there was vanilla yogurt in this. So that's the secret ingredient because they're great chocolate cupcakes and stuff. No icing on them. They don't need any icing. So she does a good baking and stuff. Good hazelnuts were substituted for flour, creating a delicious delicacy. Today, there are many variations of hazelnut cakes, too different to share our favorites. So today is hashtag National Hazelnut Cake Day, as far as that goes. And let's see, Double J says you got a good respect to get. You have to. Oh, you got to give respect to get respect. Respect is never a birthright or demand. It is just simply, yeah, it is. It is. And once you lose that respect, and Tina agrees with that, I know once you lose that respect, you can't get it back. I isn't Nutella? Yeah, I think Nutella is hazelnut, Tina. Yes, I think it is. Yeah. But back on that note, Double J's, that same note I had with the majority of the fire chiefs I worked under. How many did I have? I had one, two, three. Four. I had probably half a dozen to 8 or 9 different fire chiefs. The 20 years I was in, probably the majority of them would say that once you lose respect, because that's the thing, it's the same thing in the workplace. Once you lose that respect, it's very hard to regain that respect back, to be genuine, unless you own up to your mistakes and stuff like that. And there's sometimes I didn't want to do it, but I owned up to my mistakes as far as I'd done over the course of the years, and I'm a better person because of that. um, there's some people that won't do that. They won't do that. They can't see the freaking dirt on the end of their nose when they're looking in the mirror, as far as that goes. And let's see, Double J says, I am hungry now. Your food part stream is always, yeah, there we go. I tell you, this hazelnut, that'd be a slice of that would go good with the coffee. I tell you, it's just a regular hazelnut cake, no icing on it and stuff like that. And um, so I guess it's made with hazelnut flour instead of regular flour. Okay, so there's our national day. Let's see what else we got here. Tomorrow is the we're starting right off tomorrow. It's every other Tuesday we do the Mixcloud broadcast. So tomorrow is the every other Tuesday, right out of the gate, the second day of the month, and we'll have 3 Mixcloud broadcasts. We're going to have one on the 2nd, the 16th, and the 30th, and it will be posted over there on my social media feeds. And that's over on mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts, where I play a hashtag wannabe radio DJ. And I told myself, a fireman doing the radio thing on this thing called the internet, playing as a want to be radio DJ, remembering, playing, and listening to all the oldies of rock and roll past and the newest of today's rock and roll, playing and listening to music on the cloud called Mixcloud, of good listening music that simply pops. That's my bio over on that page there. And I have to say this: the person that got me involved years back, and God bless him and Godspeed, is Mr. Bill Elder. He was a real radio DJ that I knew online, and he passed away this past February. So every time I'm on the Mixcloud, I'm thinking of Bill. And I would have loved to met him personally, face to face. We did have some communications back in the day via the internet and stuff, and we did collaborate a little bit on his channel. My voice popped up on his channel, and then I subsequently had some of his voice on my show, the Tioga Radio Show. So that I always have fun doing that, as far as that goes. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. So and then Thursday we'll be doing the audio podcast, of course. Let's see. I think it's time for 100 years ago. So let me go ahead and bring that up with Roger Luther. He's the Broome County historian, as far as that goes, and for Broome County, he's the one that presents it. It's on Fox 40. And I have no affiliation with Fox 40. I know the people that've been here a while. They said, we're getting sick and tired of listening to that, Rich. But it's just part of the thing that I feel like I have a need to say that, just in case we have some troll come in. Oh, he said he works for. I don't work for any of these guys. I'm retired. I just present it in the sense that it gives you an idea of what it's like here in my neck of the woods of the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. So let me get there. This is 100 years ago as of May 27th, which was Friday. So let's go ahead and bring this up here. Add that to the stage. There it is. Let's see what happened to. Oh, I got to bring it. What happened? Oh, there we are. We're right there. Okay, we can bring it up here. And see, that's what I like about this new Rumble 2.0. I can be off here to the side and over that way. You got the full screen. So that's one thing. That's an upgrade from you got various things you can. I can put my thing back down here like it used to be, or else we can do this or this or that. We'll go back to this, but I like this one right here. So you got various. That's on the Rumble Studio 2.0. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and present this one and see what transpires. 100 years ago with Roger Luther, and take it away, Roger.
100 years ago today, Binghamton's Commissioner of Public Works announced today that Sunday sports are now prohibited in all city parks. City leagues will no longer be allowed to play on Sunday in Recreation Park or any of the other city parks. Ideal Park in Endicott will be opened formally for the summer season by Endicott Johnson and the Village of Endicott on Memorial Day.
Okay, wait a minute. We had this one Wednesday. Or no, we had this one Friday. This there we go, Tina. We had a calendar. Oops. We had a calendar. Oops. Let me redo that. That was the one we listened to Friday because I remember the sports one. I brought up the wrong one. Hang on for a minute. What happened here? Let me see what happened here. That was a good thing I started early, huh? I think what happened is I go to the 100 years ago and it's the 29th. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Okay. Here we go. This is the one we want right here. I apologize for that. Let me get this set up. Here we go. We're going to restart this. This is the one, not from the 27th. This is May 29th was Friday. So let's go ahead and do this one. Let's bring it up here. Here we go. We had a date. These dates are just a little bit screwy there. Exactly, Tina. Lots of laughs. Okay, that does say May 29th. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll start this one here and we'll see what happens. Let's see. We'll bring this. Oh, let me. Oh, I forgot to put that on the broadcast. Let's see. What are we doing? Okay, we're good on the. All right, hang on. We're almost there, folks, and we'll bring this one up here as far as that goes. Here we go. Second try.
100 years ago today, Memorial Day will be observed this Sunday and Monday when Binghamton, Johnson City, and Endicott hold parades and pay solemn tribute to the veteran dead of all wars. George W. Johnson has presented Endicott Post-American Legion with a large moose head, which was given to him while on a hunting trip in Canada last fall. Public bathhouses on Front Street, DeForest Street, and Emerson Place will open for the summer on Monday morning. And finally, sheriff's deputies took 3 small boys into custody yesterday for breaking windows of a house in Owego. The boys had been using slingshots and had broken 6 windows and 2 plate glass doors. And that was the news, May 29th, 1926.
Oh, God, those boys. And then we're talking about the boys in Owego, here in Owego, New York. It's in Tioga County. They had 3 small boys into custody, breaking windows of a house in Owego. That's right here in Tioga County. Using slingshots. What boy didn't have a slingshot? Breaking 6 windows and 2 plate glass doors. Wow. Public bathhouses on Front Street. That's in Front Street, DeFrost Street, and that's in Binghamton. Open for the summer. They had public bathhouses back in there 100 years ago. I didn't know that. George W. Johnson has presented the Endicott Post-American Legion, which is the same building there. They're still there with a large moose head, which was given to him while hunting in Canada. I don't know if that moose head's still there. And then it was 100 years ago on the 29th. They were saying that was the last They observe this Sunday and Monday when Binghamton, Johnson City, and they hold parades for the veterans of all wars, which that's what the end of World War I was as far as um, that goes, and now it's for all wars and stuff. So let's go ahead and remove that. So, yep, that's what I say, Tina. Yep. Oh, those boys, the boys. Doesn't matter which community. Right here in Owego, that was the big crime. They were shooting out windows, probably in an abandoned house there. In other history, um, it was 100 years ago today. The great American television personality Andy Griffith was born. So happy birthday to Andy Griffith. He was born in North Carolina. He is a founding. He is fondly remembered today for 9-year productions of the Andy Griffith Show, and I still watch that. I still watch replays of that. Me and the missus do after work, after dinner sometimes. We get on the CW channel and we'll watch Andy Griffith with Barney Five. And as the folks, and I didn't watch too much of his Ben Matlock, his Matlock part. That was a pretty good show too. He was also a Tony Award nominee on 2 separate occasions and starred um, in a number of movies. So he was born on this day in 1926. We say happy birthday, God bless, and Godspeed, sir. So and Tina says me too, and you love Matlock, yeah. I didn't watch that much. I love the Andy Griffith Show. It's just one of those things that it's available, so I watch it, and they're funny. They are funny. That's the old school TV. Was on this day in 1962. Marilyn Monroe, the film actress known for her sex appeal, um, brought to life in the comedy Some Like It Hot, was born as Norma Jean. It's her birthday too today. Norma Jean Monterson in Los Angeles. She was born in 1926 and passed away in 1962. And this is why the Heimlich maneuver is on the National Day calendar. It was in 1974. The Heimlich maneuver for the rescue choking victims was published in the Journal of Emergency Medicine. So it's the anniversary of that. So that's why it's on the national calendar. Let's see. In other history, have you watched the new Matlock? That's a show me and the missus watched. What is it? The new one. It's on CBS. It's the Matlock reboot is a reimaging legal drama on CBS starring Academy Award Kathy Bates, and she's phenomenal. As Maddie Matlock. Instead of a straightforward legal procedure, the series follows a brilliant old woman who influences the prestige New York law firm. I don't know if you've seen that, Tina. You might want to look. If you have Paramount, you want to check that out. That's a good program. I like it. And let's see. No, but I should. Yeah, I think you would like. If you like the original Matlock, she uses Matlock and she refers back to him to. It's interesting. It's interesting. So just to, I mean, it's on. I think it just ended its second season, and it's very good. In other history, it was in the in 1813 on this day, the mortally wounded commander of the USS Chesapeake, Captain James Lawrence, gave the orders, "Don't give up the ship," during a battle, a losing battle with the British frigate HMS Sharon during the War of 1812. And let's see, what else do we have? It was in 1980, cable news network, CNN, the first 24-hour television news station channel, made its debut. And man, was that great when it came out. It's pretty close to crap news right now. I watch it occasionally. It's a lot better than the dumb MS Now, what used to be MSNBC. And I do watch Fox. Full disclosure, I like watching Fox. There's a lot of shit I don't agree with, but there's a lot of stuff I do agree with. I think they just, even on Fox, all these news, these so-called mainstreams, they have there's people at the table and stuff like that, and they give their opinion. I can tolerate newscasters' opinions to a certain degree, but just give me the freaking news. What's going on? Okay, the facts. Like on Dragnet, just give me the facts. Let's see. It was 1990. U.S. President George H.W. Bush, a great president, and Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev signed an agreement to stop producing and reducing stockpiles of chemical weapons held by the two Cold War superpowers. Chemical weapons, they are nasty shit. That's the one thing I did not care for when I was in service, was training under chemical environments. We had to get in our suits, and you had sometimes when we were in war exercise, or sometimes you had to stay 6 hours in that suit, and that with a gas mask on. Not a very comfortable but it was something you had to do if you wanted to survive. That was the threat that we had back in the day. Let's see. And that's it for history on the for history in general and stuff like that, or history segment, I should say. So yeah, we got a couple birthday. Andy Griffith and Marilyn Monroe's birthday are on the same day, same year too. Did you know that? 1926. That's something. Okay, let's see. We're gonna go ahead, man. I like getting it's 5 minutes to 7, so we're all done with everything. Let me do the sports here before we go to a break. I'll get the sports out of the way. Major League Baseball this weekend. We had on Friday the Mets and Yankees this weekend. The Mets beat the Marlins 9-7 on Friday, and I believe the Yankees were off last Friday. No, they played the Athletics, so they won also 8-2. That's good. That's a good start to their weekend. On Saturday, the Mets beat the Marlins again. That's 2 games there for the Mets. 6-1 against the Marlins, and the Yankees, they lost to the Athletics, so they're 1-1, 6-4 out there in Oakland. Oakland Athletics next year will be the Los Vegas Athletics. Yesterday for Sunday baseball, the Mets beat the Marlins 10-1. They swept. Go Mets, go! They're on a winning thing. The New York Yankees, they ended up beating the Athletics 13-8, so they won 2-3. Today, let's see. The Mets will be playing that was the Marlins. They're going to be playing the Mariners, Seattle team out there in Seattle tonight at 9:40. Yankees are off. Tomorrow the Yankees will be hosting the Guardians down in New York City in Yankee Stadium, and the Mets will be playing the Marlins again tomorrow. Oh, they're playing them. No, scratch that. They're playing. Who are they playing? They're playing the Mariners, the Seattle team, Seattle. So there we have it till Tuesday. We did have some UFL football action going on this weekend. We had the St. Louis Battlehawks. They lost to the Dallas Renegades, but they're in the playoffs. So this is week 10. This was the last week. Houston Gamblers beat the Birmingham Stallions, so they got eliminated. Orlando Storm on Sunday, they won against the DC Defenders, and then the late game Sunday, the Louisville Kings, they won 42-27 against Columbus, and they fill out the last spot. The top 4 teams in the playoffs will be Orlando Storm, St. Louis Battlehawks, Louisville Kings, and DC Defenders. And Let's see. When do the playoffs start? Let's see. They don't say. They don't say when the playoffs are. Let's see. When are the playoffs? When are the U.S. Let's see. When are the UFL playoffs? They probably start next week. The 2026 UFL playoff semifinals will be conducted Sunday, June 7th. So that's next Sunday, with the USFL championship Saturday, June. Okay, that's Saturday. So we're not going to be. Let's see, the St. Louis Battle. Let's see. Sunday at 3 p.m. You got the Orlando Storm playing the semifinal. I guess they play Louisville, and then the second game on Sunday, St. Louis Battlehawks play the Louisville. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there. So the championships is 13th. So there you got for that. Now let's see the standings. Yeah, DC Defenders, Louisville Kings, St. Louis Battlehawks, Orlando Storm are in the playoffs here. And I did mention the UEFA Championship League game that took place Saturday. Paris, at end of regulation, Paris, Saint Germain, and Arsenal tied 1-1. They went off to a penalty shoot-off, and Arsenal couldn't get it done. They missed two of their 5 shots. Paris Saint Germain missed 1, so they ended up becoming the European champions and stuff. I wanted Arsenal to win. I watched that football game. It was a good football game. And let's see. And Tina says, okay. And Tina, I think if you got to go, I'll see you. I don't know I know you go to see Hal, so we're going to get ready to take a break here. And that's it for sports as far as that goes. So, and you didn't watch the soccer game with me, did you? No. Okay, Tina, we'll see you later. Ciao for now. Have a great day. And want to recognize before we go on we're going to be going on a short break. So we got a total of 12 people. We got 6 on Rumble. Thank you, Rumble. Rumble rocks. 1 person on Locals, 3 people on Twitch, and 2 people on YouTube and stuff like that. You're welcome, Tina. You have a great day today. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to our channel here to let me bring that up on the thing here. There we go. And get this cranking here. And we'll take a break. I got to get some more coffee here. And I'll leave you with the world times and temperatures here. These are live feeds around the world. There's Paris. What do we got? The temperature in Paris, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow. But we'll be right back. I'm going to refresh my coffee, and you all enjoy this. Venetia. There's Venetia. I know exactly where that's at. I know where it looks picturesque, but let me tell you, the canals, they stink. But that's nice. What's this one? This is Russia. Okay, you guys enjoy the scenery here, and I will be back in a couple minutes, okay? Here we go. And there's the White House. The White House this morning. We didn't see it. Oh, we missed it. Let's see. Just looking at I'm turning down the volume here for our intermission there for the break. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, back here on the Rumble for this 06.01.2026. Current time is 0708. We're on the second hour of the broadcast here for what's the title? What happened there? Oh, I forgot to put that on the Twitch. Ooh, okay. Let me update that. I just noticed a full or the Rumble. Oh my God, live from Rumble. Okay, let me change that on the Twitch side here. I just noticed that it just says live. What does it say on the Rumble now? Let me see. What does it say on the Rumble here? We got the full. Oh, it just says the same thing over there too. What the hell happened there? Huh, that's interesting. Let me change this title. I filled all the things in. What the hell happened there? Huh, that's interesting. Do a little editing here as we just come back to the broadcast here for a second hour. And I'm finding that something didn't click there. Not sure what's going on there with that, but nothing that we can't change real quick. But of course, the YouTube side, I got to wait till we're all done here and stuff like that. So we did get the just chatting and stuff. Okay, that's done. Okay, we got that. Okay, so we'll change that on the YouTube side when we're all done. That's been happening a lot. I have it right there in the thing. I don't know. Oh, I forgot to hit save changes. Okay. Maybe that's what it was. I forgot to hit save. I'm just seeing that now. Let's see. We'll just leave it at that. Okay. We'll just maybe it'll update it. Okay. But we're back here, and it's good to be here, folks. And I got my second cup of coffee here for the second hour that we're going to be doing some things here, looking at some news as it pertains in my neck of the woods, the southern tier of upstate New York, to present some stuff here. And they're from various news outlets. Here's my second cup of coffee here. Oh, God, it tastes good. I got some honey in it. It tastes really, really good, folks. Tastes really good. Now, okay, there it goes. So we're on the, let me check the audio here real quick. Always squirrely about the audio. Okay, we got good audio. So we're... honey on coffee. Oh my God, it's good. I can't do that all the time. That's honey and coffee is very, very good. So let's see. We're going to present some web pages here, and I got to set those up. We already seen one web page there. We're going to be looking at WEBO, or no, Fox 40, which is WICZ. That's one news station. And I got several other ones. Let me bring them up here as far as that goes. So there's a few minor things that aren't flowing that well this morning on the broadcast, but that's okay. It's all par for course. Let's see. We got WEBO, and let's see WNBF, and let's bring up WBNG. The Whale, that's the same as WNBF, and then we got Binghamton 30 Channel 5, which is an NBC. Let's go ahead and look at that one. And what's going on there? Okay, we got WENY, which is out there in Elmira. My Twin Tiers, which is out there in Elmira also. Okay, got that one. And let's see, Weagle Penny Saver. Got the Weagle Penny Saver yesterday for the missus. That's an actual paper publications there. And the Welcoming Home, oldest operating steam engine in the United States returns to Weagle. We'll go over that one. That's an interesting story. They brought that back. It was being refitted somewhere up in Maine. WKGB, we'll check that. What's on KGB? Oh, we got rock history for May 31st. We might look at that one. KISS 104. Spectrum News. WYRK up there in Buffalo. Country 106.5. And we'll be looking at that one and along with its sister channel, W Power 93.7, WBLK. And maybe we'll look at WGR 550. Talking football still. The sports right now it's just going to be baseball. I guess it's Carolina and Las Vegas in the NHL. I don't know. The first game went off. I didn't watch any of it. But let's see. We got 1440. The news brief. What do we have on the news brief? No, that's about the. I don't talk about basketball, so there's nothing really on that channel. But we're going to start with Fox 40. We'll check on their main page here for news and see what we have. Endicott invites community members to open house on village revitalization. Okay, Endicott is a birthplace of the. They don't have a video. They're talking about revitalizing there. Let's see. Oh, there is a video. Okay, Endicott is hosting an open house for downtown revitalization. So we'll give this a listen. Endicott, New York is the birthplace of IBM. And they're trying to, just like any community, they need to stay with the times, update things, and all that. So let's give this one a view and a listen and see what it's all about. There it is up on the stage, and we'll see what it's about here and give it a listen.
Endicott is inviting community members to special discussion, allowing them to provide feedback on village revitalization. The village is hosting its Imagine Endicott open house. The open house is part of the Imagine Endicott initiative, which aims to create a long-term vision for the revitalization of downtown Endicott and surrounding areas. The initiative focuses on enhancing community assets, supporting economic development, and preserving the character and heritage of the village. Attendees will have the opportunity to review proposed recommendations for several sites, including the former Kmart property, George W. Johnson Park, the Huron campus, and other locations. The open house will be held at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, June 6th in the Round Rotunda at the village office.
Okay, so Endicott is looking at several things there. What is it? This one building here, if I can get to it. Where is it? Is it right here? Oh, they're right there. This building right here is the Endicott Village of Endicott's library. Okay, and but they're looking at Endicott's a nice little village. It's where the birthplace of IBM. Fred Johnson, he was a he started the world renowned back in the day Endicott Johnson Shoes there in Endicott, and then he's such a influential person in the community that they ended up when they broke a little part of Endicott off, and they said this is Johnson City. They named a city. It's not really a city. It's more like a town as far as that goes. So that gives you an idea what Endicott looks. I talk about Endicott because I worked there for 7 years for IBM and then 3 years for EIT, 2 years for EIT, I think, 2 or 3 years. But I worked at IBM. It's a birthplace. My father worked there back in the day, so I was real proud after getting out of the service. That was my first job out of the service, was working for IBM, and it was a good. I loved working there. It was great. All right, let's see what else we have in the local area here. Air Power History Tour. Oh, they canceled that. Okay. And let's see. Not seeing anything else as far as let's see, 30th. When's the 30th? The 30th was Saturday. So Greater Binghamton. We had a golf tournament, but I'm not seeing anything. Okay, so that's it for Fox 40. Let's check WEBO. What do we got on there? Anything? Let's see. Not seeing anything there. Strawberry Festival. We'll be returning. Yeah, we can talk about this one because me and the missus will probably be going to this. Like we've gone to the last 2 years of the Strawberry Festival. So let me bring this up. This is on WEBO, and you can see a host of other radio stations. That WEBO is a flagship as far as that goes. And what is it? From the Radican Media Group. I have no affiliation with them or any of the other, like I said, the other news entities that bring up their webpage. But the Strawberry Festival will be returning here in Owego, July 18th to the 19th. So it's still 2 weeks. About 2.5 weeks left. The 44th annual Owego Strawberry Festival is set for this month. The popular event, like I said, will take place June 18th through June 20th in downtown Owego. The event kicks off Thursday, June 18th with a timed 5K run out there at Hickory's Park in Owego. That's the town of Owego. There will be over 20 bands on several stages throughout the event. It's a great event. Hang on for a minute. What are you doing out there?
I am camp mopping around the areas that the vacuum doesn't.
Okay. I thought it sounds like you're collapsing a box or something. Okay. She's starting to clean. It's Monday. There will be over 20 bands on several stages throughout the event, including the block party on Friday evening, June 19th. The grand fireworks conclude the festival for Friday. The annual Strawberry Festival Parade will be held 9:30 on Saturday, June 20th. And that's when we usually go. We usually go on the Saturday after the parade. Following the parade, a day of music, children activities, vendors. And I love the vendors. I got to get my kettle corn. I always get a bag of kettle corn and a dish of strawberry shortcake. So there's the lineup there as far as that goes. They got their itinerary, so it's an annual event, and it's a really good thing as far as that goes. We thank the Village of Owego for doing that because everybody has a fun time. Some of the local bands that play there, they're tremendous and stuff like that. So it's a really good time there. So that's on EBO, the local radio. It's right there in downtown Binghamton. Let's see. What do we got here else? Let's see. Are they closing the Outback here in Owego? Looks like Outback is having some problems. I don't like when stores close and stuff. I won't do that one there, but let's see. There's something about the airport. Let's see what we got here on the airport. Oh, we got a Bob Joseph YouTube on the airport. So let's go ahead and bring this one up. This is the Binghamton Regional Airport. They have one flight a day, I guess, or 2 flights a day. But let's go ahead and bring this one up as far as that goes. This is from Bob Joseph, who works for WNBF, and we enjoy his videos. So I caught this. I'm not going to read it. If there's a video, I'm going to bring the video up. So let's go ahead and bring this up and give it a listen. It'll give you an idea what the Binghamton Airport looks like. And I've flown in and out of this airport a couple of times when I was in the service. the last time was flying, we flew out to go to Japan many years ago. So there's the airport right there. Let's go ahead and give this a whirl and see what Bob Joseph has to say about the Binghamton Airport. Here we go.
Flight 3792 from Detroit, arriving early here at the Greater Binghamton Airport. Here it is, the flight for Friday afternoon has arrived. And this is the 75th anniversary of the airport. This airport was dedicated back in late May of 1951. Recently renovated and looks dramatically different than it did just a couple of years ago. So millions of dollars in renovations. Now the future of the airport remains to be determined. We have to hope that the county can wind up getting more flights. Only time will tell. Again, we have our flights between Binghamton and Detroit. Passengers from Detroit will be getting into the terminal shortly. It's a nice bright look to the airport. Of course, the Delta regional jet will be heading to Detroit fairly soon. So we'll have some people leaving the Binghamton area for the weekend. And that's the report from the Greater Binghamton Airport. I'm Bob Joseph reporting for WNBF News.
And thank you, Bob Joseph. Again, he actually works for WNBF, and but the Binghamton Airport, Greater Binghamton Airport turned 75 years old. Broome County Airport opened 75 years ago, but no one seems to be talking about it. And the dedication ceremonies for the facility atop Mount Ettrick in the town of Maine, which is outside Binghamton, were held on May 30th, 1951. An estimated 30,000 people attended that event, which featured speeches by IBM Chairman Thomas J. Watson and Vice President of the United States, Alvin W. Berkeley. The anniversary comes at a challenging time for the airport because you can see it's pretty empty. They only have one daily flight that goes to the major hub of Detroit, and that's it, which was without scheduled daily flights for nearly 3 months this year. Delta Airlines brought back a single daily flight between Binghamton and Detroit May 7th last month. When the airport's anniversary was mentioned to Broome County Executive Jason Garner during the WNBF radio interview, he said, it has been quite a ride, and we want to last another 75 years because a lot of people either fly out of Syracuse or they fly out of Elmira and stuff like that. There will be no special observances to mark the airport's anniversary. The county executive said he wanted the people working at the airport to be concerned about bringing in more flights. He also said the best way we can honor the airport's 75th anniversary air service in Broome County and also the area is it support the workers being done to have more flights. He said that also when we have more flights, we will have ceremonies and celebrations on those types of things. Delta and all airlines are facing serious operational challenges this year because of rapid rising fuel prices. Delta has trimmed services to hubs like Detroit, JFK, Boston, and alike. So good overview of the Binghamton Airport. And like I said, I've flown out of there a couple of times, and it's a nice little airport. I mean, you park it and you can walk right to the terminal and stuff like that. And it would be great. But there's a lot of people, like I said, they much rather drive up to Syracuse to fly and stuff like that. So let's see what we have here. Let's go to WBNG channel 12. See what's going on with them. And this is another art. Here's another. Oh, that's just an article. That's not a video. We want the videos here. Let's see. What's the latest video? And I've already sucked my coffee down. Let's see. Let's refresh this. And let's see. Double J's. I just seen your comment now. Do they have a low air traffic control? Yeah, there's air traffic control there. There's planes. There's private planes that come in and out of that airport. But as far as commercial flights, that's the only flight we had. Sometimes I think they got up to where they had a couple flights going to Detroit, and then they would have flights going down to Florida. Those flights to Florida, everybody either wants to go to Elmira. They have a great airport in Elmira, or else up at Syracuse. And but I have flown out of the airport. It's a nice airport. It's just that it's in between a major airport, Syracuse International, and then you got let's just say for me, it's easier to go to Elmira. I've never flown out of Elmira. I've always flown, if I had to fly out, it's out of. But do they have a tower air traffic? Yeah, they do have an air traffic controller. Yeah, I think the runway, I think, is I want to say it's about an 8,000 foot. They can't make it any more than 8,000 foot because it's on the top of a hill. So they usually have an air show up there every year and stuff. So I don't know if they're going to have one this year. So it's a nice little airport. I like it. It's a nice little airport, but it just takes a while to get up there, up to the top of the hill. Let's see what we got on WBNG here. It's not. And what do we have here? Nothing. Let's see, news. Let's go back to the main page. And there's nothing on WBNG. Wow, nothing happened on the weekend for them, I guess. It was a quiet weekend. So let's see what they have, their news. Let's go with New York news. Let's see what they have for New York news. No, there's nothing there. What else they got? Local. Nope, that's it. That's it for WBNG. So there's nothing there. Let's go to Whale. Whale is the same as WNBF and all the other ones, so we don't need that one. Channel 34. Let's see. Let's see. Owego. Is there a video on this? Okay, we got Owego Game Store moves to bigger location. I got to check this place out. This is here in Owego. Let's go ahead and give this one a watch. I'm surprised they didn't have something on WBNG. And let's see. Double J says 8,000 foot is enough for a 320 or Boeing 7. I think I don't think maybe it's, I'm trying to think what type of air. I think they're lower. It's not the aircraft that's just below those. I don't think they have that big of an aircraft that flies in there. They couldn't fill up all the seats. Let's just say that much. Let's say they bring the aircraft that accommodates the amount of people that are flying. It's not like Philadelphia, New York, or where they're waiting Los Angeles. They're not. You saw there was hardly anybody there. That was just for one flight. I don't think they've really had, back in the heyday when IBM was still big in the area, that was a busy airport back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Even going into the 90s, it was busy. It hasn't been that. Sometimes those 3 months, it's been like a ghost town up there, from what I've been told. So, but I think it's about an 8,000. And I think the airport out now. Let me see. Let me check here. Broome County. Let's see how long. Let me check. is the runway at Binghamton Airport, New York. Binghamton, New York Airport. Let's see. I'll ask Google here. Google, the Greater Binghamton Airport, BGM, has a primary. Okay, it's less than that, Double J's. It has a primary runway that is 7,305 feet long and 150 feet wide. Runway 1634 is 7,000. That's the main runway, 70,350 feet, 227 meters. And they have the second runway, 1028, is 5,000 feet long. That's 1,000. So I think that would make it that those type of aircraft that you just said, they probably couldn't land on that. And then the one in Elmira. Let's see, Elmira Airport. At Elmira Corning Regional Airport, KELM, New York, the longest runway is 626/24 is 8,000 feet, which is 2,439 meters long. Runway 1080 is 5,440 feet. I guess the width is 150 feet as a standard. And then when they have a third runway, 5/23 is 2017. So they've got an extra. So the runway at Elmira is just a tad long, 8,000 and stuff like that. So they could probably bring that the A37 or the Boeing 737 into Elmira, but I don't even think they bring that size aircraft in there. I think they're more like a DC-9 or something, a smaller aircraft, passenger aircraft and stuff, because it's a regional, but it's a rural region and stuff like that. Now Syracuse, they bring in the heavier aircraft up there as far as that goes. So what's that?
Syracuse is international.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got Syracuse, and right across from Syracuse is Hancock Field, which is Air Guard, New York Air Guard. Okay, let's go to this. This is a story about here in Owego of a store that's moving its location from from Channel 34. Let's see. Let's give this a listen here.
A local game store in Owego has upgraded to a bigger space. Originally located on Lake Street, SideQuest Games has moved over to 195 Main Street in Owego. SideQuest is a game shop specializing in a range of board and role-playing games for all ages, and also offers a free play space for patrons. This new 1,200 square foot location allows for the store to expand their inventory. Owner Tiffany Langley says that they have now expanded to carrying a selection of puzzles and gifts. Langley says that the thing that makes board games special is the connection it allows players to have without outside distractions.
The thing for board games for me is that connection. You have to sit down at a table with other people face to face, and whether you're playing cooperatively or competitively, it's a connection that you have to put your phones down, you have to put the screens away, and really connect with somebody over a fun hobby.
SideQuest is open Thursday through Monday from 11 to 9. On weekends, various gaming events are held at the store, including a Catan Regional Qualifier Tournament on June 13th. For more information, visit SideQuest Games NY.
Okay, so that's a unique store here in Owego, and they're moving to a bigger location. I like the room there. I could see some people that play Dungeons and Dragons on that table there with those nice chairs. That's a nice place there. And let's see. Double J says, yeah, an emergency 8,000 foot is handy. Oh yeah. The standard in the Air Force, all the Air Force bases was at Double J's. They were 10,000 foot. 10,000 foot. The McConnell Air Force Base, they had two runways parallel that out there in Kansas and stuff like that. So 10,000 foot. You can bring anything in on that thing. That's the big one there. It's like 8,000 feet's not that. 7,000 feet's not that. You get a 10,000 foot, and that's with barrier cables on either end there. Bach was it MA1A, Bach 9, Bach 13. Those were the barrier engagement resting system for the aircraft. So this looks like a pretty nice setup here for this store, and they're moving to a bigger location. So that must mean they got a lot of traction going on with that. So I like to highlight Owego, New York. That's always a good thing. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. What do we have? Let's see. News. What do we got? Local news. We want local news. What do we got for local news? Anything? Okay, here's something. Copernicus hosts robotic competition. Copernicus is the observatory. Let's see. Do they have a... Okay, it does have a video. Let's see what... Let's see if this video has anything. Oh, this video doesn't have anything on Copernicus. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. Scratch that. If it doesn't have video, it doesn't get seen. So I think that's the only program, the only one we have on channel 34. Okay. Let me double check just to make sure. And that's it for that. Okay, let's go to WENY out in Elmira. We'll give them a look-see and see what they got. And let's see. Not seeing anything. Let's see. Local. We got for local anything? Oh, they got a wood festival. Let's check this out. And this is Town of Erin kicks off 14th annual wood festival. So they do have these here. Let's give this bring this up on the stage. And let's see, it's up on the stage here. Let's go ahead and maximize that. Here we go. Let's see.
Well, happening in Chemung County, you might have heard chainsaws if you were driving on Breezeport Road this weekend in Erin. WENY's Ava Rowland tells us why.
The Erin Wood Festival is back in town for its 14th year, and it is bigger than ever this year. With over a dozen vendors, lumberjack and drill competitions, and chainsaw demonstrations, there's something for everybody to enjoy.
The best thing that you're going to find when you come here is unique carvings that are happening live in front of you.
The Erin Wood Festival is officially open for its 14th year, and thousands of guests are heading to the Erin Volunteer Fire Department just off Breezeport Road. Lead volunteer Joe Frega says cars are already lining the parking lot.
We get thousands coming through our gates, and tonight we're barely open, and we've already got a couple hundred cars come through here as we're opening just to see what's going to be happening.
Frega says the festival has grown tremendously in the past 14 years.
This is our 14th annual. About 17 years ago, there was an attempt to put some small parks into our township. Wood Festival grew out of that as a way to pay for it and not have it be a burden on the small tax base that we have here. So we continue it today, and it's grown quite a bit since then.
Now, it is a joint fundraiser with the Erin Volunteer Fire Department.
This is a fundraiser for us for things that we buy, that extra things that we need that aren't necessarily always in the budget, or we help support the community by raising funds this way too, so taxes don't go up.
Barbara Fudge is the assistant chief at Erin Volunteer Fire Department. She says she is thrilled that the community continues to come together year after year.
And even last year when we had rain and crummy weather, we still had a lot of people come out to support the community.
Some attendees and vendors come from outside the Erin community for the weekend to be with fellow carving enthusiasts.
I've always been interested in form, and my dad was a tool and die maker, so I always followed him around, and he was always building things and making things, so I think it just got instilled in my blood.
Becky King is a carver from Syracuse, and she says she came to the festival because she loves the community.
I love the country and country folks, and it's feels homey here.
The festival runs from Friday until Sunday, and it's completely free to attend. It's the perfect way to start off your summer. Reporting from Erin, New York, I'm Ava Rowland with WENY News.
Okay, so there we have it. The Wood Festival out there in Erin, New York, which is outside Elmira, New York, and I got to say that they have these wood festivals. The biggest one that I know of here in New York State is up in Boonville, New York, which is up north of here, a little northeast, up in the Adirondacks of New York State, and they have the carving there, the wood carvings, the lumberjack competitions, and stuff like that. And that's just phenomenal. It's always good, and it supports a local fire department, which is pretty interesting as far as that goes there. Let's see, what else do we got here? I think that's it for, let's see, anything for the state? What do we got for the state? Anything? No, nothing for the state. So let's go to WENY, that's channel 18. And let's see, what do they got? Let's see. For local, we'll check local. And nothing's popping out. Nothing's popping out at all. So let's see what they got for New York. Let's see, Tioga County, PA, New York. They got Strawberry Festival. And there's nothing there. So let's go to the Penny Saver. Owego Penny Saver. And there's an article there I'd like to read as far as that goes. So let me go ahead and bring this one up here. And let's see, we got that right there. And the Owego Penny Saver. This is actually in the printed form still, but this is the online version of the Owego Penny Saver. And this article, you see an old fire truck there. That's hit the article here. There's the article right there. Welcome home, oldest operating steam engine. And as far as that goes, returns to Owego this past weekend on May, or actually the 27th was, yeah. When was the 27th? That was last Wednesday. It was on May 27th, and on short notice, the Owego Fire Department's 1866. It's an Amscocon steam fire engine was paraded from the former Grand Union parking lot in Owego through the village to its destination at the Steamer Building located along North Avenue following a 5-year restoration of the steam fire engine. Is the oldest in operation in the United States. Okay, so this is the oldest one. It returns. Its return was celebrated by an escort of apparatus from units around the country or the county, with sirens ringing, and as the antique engine made its way back home on a flatbed known as the Steamer, or better referred to as the pride of the Owego Fire Department. The engine return was greatly welcomed by those who gathered at the steam house with anticipation of its escort arrival. And this is there's older fire trucks, older than this one, but this one is operational. That's the big difference. And this is pretty exciting news as far as that goes. And let me go ahead and show some of there's Shirley holding a photograph of her dad on the left of the photograph, and the photo estimate it's the early 1970s of the old steamer, and there it is on the flatbed being backed into the steamer house. And it's actually you can see the little blue sign there. It's an actual state historic site with the steamer, and that's it. So welcome home. That's pretty good news. I drive by there quite often, going to the Mario's Pizzas just up the road from there, as far as that goes. So I'm gonna have to take a visit. Seeing they've been, like it's the article said, I think it's been several years they've been renovating this particular steamer, and that's good. That's good to preserve history. So that's on the penny saver. Let's see, WKGB. Let's go ahead and do this one. I think let's go ahead and do. Let's see, what's this one? This is why rock mattered on the last day of May 31st. So let's give this one a listen, or not a listens, but I'm going to have to read it. Oh, I didn't want that. I need that link so I can put it in there. And let's see. Let's go ahead and bring this up. This is from WKGB. We haven't. Excuse me. We haven't had one from WKGB in a while, so let me go ahead and bring this one up. And why May 31st mattered in rock history. And this is off of WKGB. And let's see, yesterday was May 31st. And here's some of the reasons why yesterday mattered in rock history. In 1969, during the, excuse me, during the Montreal bed-in, John Lennon and Yoko Ono recorded Give Peace a Chance. In 2006, a few hundred lucky fans packed in New York's Avalon to witness Pearl Jam tape an episode of VH1 Storytellers. That was in 2006. I'm not sure what that is in VH1 Storytellers. In 1976, The Who earned a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records after playing the loudest performance by a rock band. Their gig in Charlton, England hit 120 decibels. Now here's a group. In 1982, REM, great group, signed a 5-album deal with IRS Records, an independent label in California. And in 2005, Death Cab for Cutie, never heard of them, had the #1 album in the country with their 6th record, Narrow Streets. I'm going to have to check that out. I'll have to check that one. And then in 1993, John Bon Jovi and his wife, Dorothy Hurley, had their first child. Their daughter, Stephanie Rose, was born in Red Bank, New Jersey. So she's a Jersey girl. And that's what happened yesterday in rock history. And it's on there on WKGB, a great radio station. And I listen to it. It's a good rock. It's been around for 100 years, KGB. They've changed with the times and stuff like that. It's a great radio station here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Let's see, KISS 105, another radio station. They got the same articles as WNBF and The Whale, so we won't be looking at that one. Let's check Spectrum News. And let's see. And I'm not seeing anything on Spectrum News. Let's see what they have on their selections here for the state. Around the state, what do we get around the state? Anything? And New York State, no, not really showing anything. Let's see what else we got. Education around the state. Headlines. Let's check headlines one more time. And no, we already talked about that. So there's nothing there on. Let's check 106.5 up there in Buffalo. Anything up there? And not seeing anything there. It's sister channel 93.7. Nothing there. Let's see. WGR 550. And the Buffalo Sabres are going to keep their same manager, even though he didn't make it to the NHL Stanley Cup. And their players are proud of what they did this year. Let's see, nothing on that, nothing on that. So it looks like we are through all our local and state web pages as far as that goes. So we've been on for 2 hours. I guess it's time to go ahead and exit stage left here, get our day started, and it's coming up on. We're 7 minutes before 8 o'clock, so I'll be able to get out and get a walk in early. And man, it looks nice out. Nice blue sky out there. Nice blue sky. But we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here, folks. And I want to say thank you to Tina, our Jersey girl, who was here for our first hour. And have a great weekend, Tina. And also to our good friend at an undisclosed location, Double J's. Thank you, Double J's, for being here. Always a pleasure to have you here, sir. You take care where you're at. And I do appreciate you being here, as well as the people watching. I do appreciate you being here, as well as the people listening, because we do repurpose this audio over there on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. And I do an audio podcast on Spotify for creators, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. But tomorrow we will be doing the Mixcloud broadcast, which is over there on Richard. Oh, what is it? Richard. What is that page? Because I have an older channel that I never, there's too much music on there. I don't want to close it down. But I'm over there on mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts as far as that goes. And so thank you very much for you all being here. And for those people that are watching the replays, thank you very much also. And Double J's coming in with a take care. Have a great week. You too, Double J's. Don't be a stranger. Thank you very much, my friend. Be safe. And thank you again for being here, my friend. Greatly appreciated. Always a good conversation with Double J's. You know, we just I feel like I'm a little bit more knowledgeable because he's a very we have some great conversations and stuff like that. So I do appreciate it, Double J's. Thank you very much. And again, the best to your family. And I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich, wishing you well. You all have a great one wherever you may be. Have a great Monday as we start a new week, working towards the weekend. And we will be back Wednesday at, we usually start a little before 6. And today we just started about 15 minutes early. So it'll be a little bit before, but we're on for 2 hours every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So thank you again. And for the folks watching the replay, thank you very much. Greatly, greatly appreciated. So with that, you all have a great one wherever you may be. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. God bless you all, and God bless America. You all take care. Ciao for now. As we skate out of here.